Hi lovely ladies, how are you? Merry Christmas and happy summer and all that sort of stuff. So we're a few days into summer, still waiting for the warm weather to come. So if you follow me along the whole week, we've talked about a few things that I think are important to reset. So I'm Leanne Vanderlight. I'm a wellness and weight loss coach, mentor, health mentor for women in their midlife like myself, right? So nearly 50, over 50 and more. That's the type of women that I work with. And I work with women that have all sorts of struggles, usually around the health and wellness, the motivation, the mindset, the negative talk, self-talk, the nutrition. So I'm a certified weight loss consultant. So really tweaking and swapping where we need to be able to give you more energy and to solve some of those struggles that you're having around maybe, not eating. I find that a lot of women are skipping meals, so they're actually undernourished. So really I want to give you back your energy because energy is our currency, right? So we definitely need that. So I wanted to just recap the week that we've talked about, the things I've talked about this week. And please, the videos are staying there. Just go through them in this free group. And just send me any questions you have. If anything comes up over that week and you've had a look, let me know what you're thinking. This is a Q&A session, so send me questions as much as you like. I'll try and answer them now, or I will answer them later in the thread. So very happy to do that. I'm open slather today, open inbox. So send me messages or put them in the thread. So one of the things, the reason I brought this challenge up in the first place or created this challenge was because of the journey, or the type of journey that women are experiencing along the lines of getting healthy and losing weight, right? And I was finding that women were really struggling. They didn't know what to do. They didn't know how to eat, as in what their norm was anymore. They weren't enjoying food. That was another big thing. They're not enjoying food. They were running out of energy. They were feeling really poorly about themselves. They were feeling unwell. They were experiencing fatigue, no sleep, a little bit of menopause stuff, but I have, again, that's another theory, another training for another day. But the weight and the menopause and the hormones and the ill health and all that kind of comes together. So when you work on your health, you arrive in the menopause years a little bit better, I think, if you are in a healthier state. I have a belief that you will have a better time of it. So there is a little bit of that we talked about. And there's some other free trainings in this group as well along those lines. I did one a couple of weeks ago about weight and hormones and balancing hormones to help with the weight. So there's lots of things that happen. But what I wanted to talk about was this challenge is a reset, is a 5-day reset. It's called Find Your Feel Good Weight because I'm finding that women are focused on the weight, not the health. So they actually in their mind think that they've got to do things for weight loss, which usually means they're not actually doing necessarily things that are positive and healthy for them. They're doing things out of fear of failure, fear of gaining weight, fear of not being good enough, fear of being seen. It's a totally different mentality to me. I think it is. And I think women have been doing that for a long time. So they actually have a mentality that if they don't do it this way, it's not going to work. If they don't do it strict, they don't go without, they don't be hard on themselves, they don't push themselves, then it's not going to work. But in fact, what it does is make women give up. It makes women feel worse about themselves. It actually slows the metabolism down if you're going without food, or you're going without food groups, you're undernourishing yourself. There's lots of things that is, to me, happens with that, what I call old way of weight loss, right? The old way of weight loss is the depriving, going without, restricting, dieting, calorie counting, thrashing your body, being hard on yourself. Unfortunately, women aren't necessarily recognizing the fact that they are actually being hard on themselves, or they are actually being quite mean to themselves, their self-talk, all that kind of stuff. So we really want to get rid of all the negative behaviors, food rules, but just ways that they're treating themselves. And what I find the best way to lose weight or to get healthy or to be a vital, vibrant, energized, happy lady is actually being kind to yourself, using self-care, changing your mindset. So getting rid of all that negative shit in your head and getting out of your head and into your body, feeling good in the way that you want to look after yourself, right? You're feeling more happy, you're feeling clearer in the head, you're feeling more motivated, and you're feeling healthier. So you have energy, you're sleeping better, you're eating better, you're fueling your energy with good food. It shows your skin's better. There's lots of things that go on. So what I want to talk about is, so day one was about the journey. So I'm going to quickly recap. The day one was about the journey. So we wanted to have a more flexible approach, one that lasts longer. So rather than go on a diet, then get off in a short period of time and then put the weight back on, right? We don't want that. So we want a flexible approach, patient. It's got to be easy. It can't be negative, right? It's got to feel good. And that's the other thing I've noticed with coaching women is they stop listening to themselves. So they're doing things that don't feel good for the sake of losing weight or the sake of, I suppose it is fear of gaining weight, fear of not looking good enough, fear of hating themselves in the mirror, looking at their clothing, not liking their clothing, whatever, right? So there's lots of things that go on. Emotional eating, stress eating, binge eating, all comes from overwhelm. All of it, right? All of that stuff comes from stress and overwhelm, but they're not actually listening anymore. So that you've stopped listening to your instincts when you're hungry and when you're full. You've stopped self-care. So the funny thing is, the thing that we need the most of, which is self-care and calm and rest and all those things, when we get stressed and busy, guess what goes first? Our health, right? So we throw that out the window. Our healthy routines go. So I want to be able to show women that the thing that's going to save them in those times are the easy health things that they do every day, the non-negotiables that fit in their world that they can do every day, right? They're the things you want to keep. The nutrition to keep your energy up and to keep your health running and they're the things you want to keep, right? So when you're stressed, life's thrown you a few curveballs, you don't throw your health out the window, right? You stay positive, you keep the routines, you feed yourself, you rest when you need to. Those are the routines that you have to survive those shit times, right? And we all have crappy times, but for whatever reason, and I see it all the time with coaching, is that they don't have the time and they think that they need a different mindset or headspace. But you're not going to get that without calm. Without taking the overwhelm away, you're not going to get that feeling of calm or headspace. And I want to make health something that you don't need health headspace for. It's part of your life. It's not something you put on the back burner and wait till you feel like it, or you wait till you have time, or you wait till you have some time to focus on it, right? If it's that hard, you're doing it wrong. If you make health that hard that you have to put it on the back burner and it's not even part of your life and self-care isn't part of your day, or calm and taking time out and feeding yourself and getting sleep and hydrating, if those basic needs aren't in your day, then you're doing it wrong, right? And I'm not, we're all guilty of this. It's not like I'm the expert and I do this perfectly either, but I'm aware of it, that the thing you don't throw away when things are hard or times are tough or you're stressed is the sleep and the rest and the hydration and the food, right? And the movement. They're the things you don't throw away out of your routine, right? But for whatever reason, for women, that's the last thing that goes because it's not their focus. So if we focus on the health, I'm giving you a bit of a lecture now. If you focus on the health, not on the weight, you will have the weight loss problem solved. To me, it's very simple, and I see it really black and white and clear. And I'm not a black and white girl. I actually like, I'm more into really listening to what's going on. But it can be really simple, and I think. So day 2, I talked about awareness, right? So where are you at now? You need to be aware of your self-talk. You need to know be aware of what's coming in, what's coming out, observe it, let it go if it's crap, to not be available, right? So you need to be aware that you don't have to be available. You don't have to listen to your negative self-talk. You don't have to let the negative stress situation come in. You can control what's going on. Does that make sense? You can control your thoughts, what you do about it, and how you act, right? And what you think. So you've got control even when things are not going great, right? But awareness is key. So we need to know where you are at now and what do you want. So one of the tasks this week was to change something you didn't want, right? So what was that thing you worked on, or do you want to work on for the rest of December? You've got 3 weeks to work on what is the thing you want to change, right? And then we work out the steps that you need to do every day to get you there. Yeah? So that's what we do in the planning sessions that we do with clients, what I do with clients. So one of the great things about, I suppose, awareness is you've got to know what you want, right? So writing down, one of the tasks, we're writing down all the things you want, whether it be holidays, whether it be family, loves, you want to drink more water, you want to, lose 5 kilo, you want to wear that skirt that you had, last Christmas, you want to wear that Christmas Day. You've got 3 weeks, right? 3 weeks to get rid of the bloat and some of the, a couple of kilos. So if you want help with that, that's not unachievable, right? We just need to tweak a few things that you might be doing at the moment. And I'm happy to have a chat to you about that. So desire versus goals, we did talk about that on day 2 as well. The difference between goals are very head set. They're usually, I'm going to lose 10 kilo, I'm going to get to the gym 3 times, 4 times a week, and then you fizzle out because it's very disconnected. It's not coming from your desires of what you would like, the reason why you want to drop 2 kilos so you can wear your dress on Christmas Day and look friggin' amazing and just feel amazing because you haven't seen your family all year, right? So it might be something as simple as that. It might be that you have to get more sleep because you just are snapping at everybody. You're just cranky. You're just not your best self, right? You need more rest. So you need to go to bed earlier. It doesn't matter what it is. But desires are different to goal setting, right? So we need desires in that process. So why do you want to get there? Why do you want to climb that mountain? What will it be? Is it more the fact that you want to go for a run anytime you like? You want to be fit enough to do that, or go for a walk anytime you like. You want to be fit enough. It's not that, but you thought, if I pick that mountain as the goal, then my motivation's down here. That's going to lift that for sure. I'm going to go from 0 to hero, right? And it doesn't work like that. You need to gradually build up, work out some steps, and then we keep reviewing, right? So your ultimate goal might be that you can do climb a mountain, but it may take a while to get there. And what are those steps? Because don't expect the goal to be the motivator. Does that make sense? That's actually the outcome. It's not, to me, the motivator, right? So what is the reason you want to do it? So that was day 2. So have a look at that. Day 3 was the action plan of what are you going to do differently? How are we going to get you, like if it's water, how are we going to make water more drinkable for you if you're not getting the water, right? What foods have water in it? What other ways can we get water into you? Do you drink herbal tea? Do you, I've got a client that went and bought a soda stream so she can have fizzy drink, and that allows her to drink more water, right? Because she can make soda water with that and add juice or whatever. So there are always ways. So what is your action plan? What do you want to change this week? Which is how we started at the start of the week. What do you want to change this week? What do you want to change this month? And then we work from there. So what are you going to do differently? So each day we map out, and I talked about this in day 3, we map out your day as to what are your morning routines? What are your habits around your meals? Are you, preparing healthy snacks? Are you shopping so that you've got your healthy shopping list and you've got the food? Are you using HelloFresh so that it gets delivered and you've got the food already there? Like, what is your plan? How will you do this differently, right? And this is, if you're losing weight or wanting to lose weight, you need the plan. How are you going to get there, right? You can't just starve yourself, which is what a lot of people are doing, is not eating, or they're thrashing their body. So neither of those things last for very long. Right, so day 4 was mindset tools. So it was really around the patterns of sabotage, belief, your stories that you're telling yourself, and having tools and strategies, more probably strategies, than to help you combat that, because a lot of those behaviors are predictable. You've been doing them a long time. You have lots of food rules that really are dictating what you eat, what you can't eat. They're very restrictive. So we're looking at removing some of those rules, removing some of that sabotage patterns that you have, and being less restrictive, right? And basing it more on the love and the nurturing and self-care that you deserve, not based on the fear of losing, if you don't lose weight, then you're no good, or fear of failing again because you've tried 100 times and nothing's worked. You can't have success based on fear, right? Because eventually your body's going to fight that anyway, and you're going to fight the whole thing. You're not going to get the results you want, right? That's usually what happens. You give up because it's so hard. We don't want it to be hard, right? And then what are we focusing on? So, we've just got to change our focus away from that fear-based stuff, right? So I've had clients that have said to me, if I don't do this, then it's all over. Well, no, it's not all over because it's not a short-term goal. And the thing with vision, if I talk about vision today, vision is your higher self, your higher desires, right? What do you want to show up like? How do you want to live your life? How do you want to be right now, in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time? If you're in your 50s now, you don't want to be struggling with issues with weight or joint pain or bone pain or whatever, right? You want to be mobile. So you've really got to think about, what is your vision for long term? What do you want for your future self? And let's start now. Let's not wait for that. And if you don't have a vision of how you want to show up next week, how you want to live, how you want to feel, right? And it's not about weight. It's about how you want to feel, which is why this challenge is called Find Your Feel Good Weight. It's not about the number on the scale. It's about how you're feeling, right? So it's checking in with you all the time, thinking, am I feeling the way I want to feel? Am I doing this for the right reason? Or am I doing it because it's based on I'm not good enough if I'm not a certain size? Right? So that's really important. And these thoughts have come from when we're teenagers, most of them, right? So the women that I'm talking to with the weight struggles have been struggling since they were at high school, right? So this is because their self-talk and their beliefs and their stories are the same. They've kept the same story. They've pretty much followed that as if it's something true. So I really want to debunk what's not true for you, and what new stories could you create? What could you say about yourself that's different now? What are your strengths? What do you value? Let's look at that. Let's look at all the good things about you and what possibilities are there. That's what we really want. We want the possibilities to come out of what you can achieve, what your new story will be, right? And we can create anything we like, but I think it does need to be, you have to know where you're going. You need the plan of how you're going to get there, but you don't need it just based on the black and white outcome. You want to know how you're going to feel and why you're doing that, right? Why are you making that rule about yourself? Why are you making those stories about yourself? Did they come from someone calling you a nickname at school, right? And you've held on to that the whole time, right? Did you have a shitty relationship or an ex that told you were no good, right? Because you weren't a certain size. Where has it come from? I mean, it doesn't probably matter where it comes from. It matters what you do about it now, and it matters what you think about yourself now, right? Because you can recreate, you can tweak, you can swap, you can change anything you want tomorrow. You can change it today if you want. If you gave me a struggle that you've got, I can guarantee we can change that today, right? We can give you a different perspective, a different way to think of it. And a lot of the time, that's all that's required is another way, another possibility, right? Another way to think about something that may open up your mind and your heart and your doors to another possibility, another opportunity for you, right? To do it a different way. So if you've been stuck and you're stuck forgetting about how awesome you are, stuck in old stories, You haven't created a vision for yourself. You don't know where you want to go. You don't know what you want for yourself, right? You've forgotten to dream. I think we've forgotten to dream big, right? So dream big, put it all down on paper, write it all out. And then from there, you can whittle it down to what you think is the next step for you, what you actually want to do next, right? So that's what I wanted to talk about. And mindset tools, well, that's really around the mindfulness and the gratefulness and having tools and go-tos when you are stuck, right? So if you're having a crappy day and you're really stuck in your head, you need to get out. You need to get out of your body. You need to go and use nature. You need to go for a walk. You need to write it all down, dump it, get it out of your head. And recognize when something is based on fear, not love, right? It's not for the good of you, it's to keep you stuck. If you see that happening, right? And I have a theory, I have many theories, but I have a theory that if you are in a pattern of going without, restricting, stopping yourself, putting yourself down, all that kind of restrictive behavior, all the food rules, all the rules about what you shouldn't do, or how you think it should work, all those rules, then you're probably applying those rules to other areas of your world, of your life, right? So if you've got that mindset of lack and of doing it based on the fact that if I don't do it this way, it's not going to work, you're going to find that you're going to have that fear-based mindset in a lot of areas of your life, not just health, not just your diet, not just exercise. It'll be showing up everywhere. So we really want to open that out and go, right, what do we really, really want? What is your vision? What do you want to feel like? And reconnect that. Not do it on a head, from a brain-based point of view, because that's protecting you from change. The brain is protecting you from getting hurt, being uncomfortable, being humiliated, feeling silly, whatever else, I suppose keeping you safe. Like your brain is here to keep you safe and not allow you to go outside those edges or those boundaries that you set for yourself, right? So therefore, nothing good's going to come from staying the same if you are unhappy, right? Nothing, if you are stressed out of your brain, overwhelmed, nothing great is going to come from that, right? Something's got to give. Something's got to change. And you know what gives? Your health, right? So what happens is if you're living in a way that feels bad for you, that isn't feeling good, you're always struggling, you're always pushing shit uphill, it could be the way that you're looking at it, and nothing is going to change until you change the way you're looking at it. Does that make sense? I know that we can't change our stress sometimes, but you can change the way you look at it, the way you feel about it, what you do about it, how you think about it. They're the things that we have got control over, and they're the things that you can change, right? So we look at what's possible, what can we do differently, right? So I have a special offer for anyone that wants to continue through these. Go back through the 5 days. Obviously, this challenge is free, right? And it's going to be left in this group. I'll be sharing it everywhere probably, so you'll see it around. I have some smaller little challenges like this that are paid, that have been done previously and all recorded, so you're welcome to jump in there. They're $17, I think, to jump into those challenges, but they're all pre-recorded, right? So there's that. But also I'm offering strategy, what I call breakthrough weight loss BS strategy sessions, which are 90 minutes, or there's a 3-hour intensive, which has 2 90-minute sessions plus 14-day support, right? So whatever we talk about, whatever we map out for you, we can implement and follow up and review that for you, right? So and plus anything that you need in that time, in those sessions, in those breakthrough sessions, they're over the phone or via Zoom actually. But that could be a food review. You might need me to go through your food review. It might be that you need to map out your day, and we look at some morning routines and night routines. It might be that you need a meal plan, so we get a shopping list and you sort out what we're going to make for the week. Whatever it is, it's a breakthrough session to go through anything that you're struggling with and you're stuck with, and we get you through that, right? We step through that. So let me know if that's something that might interest you. because yeah, they're quite, I think as an intensive one-on-one is probably the quickest way to make some changes. There's a 30-day program as well. There's a bit longer, and there's an 8-week program. So there's options, right? Depending on your budget. There's also what I call the tribe membership, and that is my kind of transformation group. And they're in there and they pay a monthly fee. It's a low-cost mentoring option, right? Where I'm mentoring them to get the results that they want in a transformation. What we call transformation pass is 3 months, right? So they're in there. And I show up for them, and we keep in contact. I provide all the tools that they need, and that's another way. So it's a good way to start. But if you've really got some struggles around mindset and around taking action, I suggest you do the breakthrough sessions, because you really want to hit that stuff up hard and get in there with some intensive ways of changing them and add some more in. So what I don't recommend is cold turkey. I'll never tell you not to do something, right? I will guide you with the best options and you're going to come up with the options. It's not for me to tell you. Together we work together, right? So it is a partnership. It's what will work best for you. It's customized, personalized, and it suits you because they're your struggles. They're not my struggles, right? So it really is guiding you intuitively, because I really use my intuition for a lot of it. Plus 30 years of experience, right? So I've seen it all. There's nothing you probably could tell me that would surprise me at this point in time in life. Plus I've got 2 teen boys with Asperger's. So like I said, there is probably nothing you could throw at me that would be different to what I haven't seen before or haven't helped a woman before with. But let's work out what you need, whether it be home workouts, whether it be, like I said, the membership where you just have a little bit of help and motivation, or whether it's the one-on-one. Let's really hit this up and let's plan out your day and plan out your meals and plan out everything you need, right? So it really is a true planning session, a true strategy session, right? But it's around breaking through anything you're stuck with, around weight loss, around food, around mindset, right? So I'm big on the mindset, because you won't change anything without that. So that was our week together. Let me know what you thought. If you've got any feedback, I would love to have any questions you've got. Like you can do that on the actual videos each day if you go through the 5 days. Each day was a different topic. I've just done a recap on what we talked about. There's a lot of stuff in there because it would take me 30 days to go through this with someone. If we're working together for 30 days, you can do that in a group too. That's a really great option as well. That's my Mojo Bootcamp. That's a 30-day option, which is a gorgeous way to get help, and or one-on-one. So let me know what you think. If you need any more help, if you would love to work with me closer for longer, message me, and I'll go through the options again with you as to what one might suit you best. Any questions about food reviews, action plans, daily health actions, mindset, negative self-talk, the approach of weight loss in general. If you're going down that negative stuff that you've repeated for years and years and years, don't, right? There's a better way. There's a much kinder, more flexible, and better still, it's repeatable. So the steps that I show you, there's 5 areas of health. They're repeatable, right? So you and me come up with the steps. I guide you, you create your own steps that work for you. That's a process, a system that you're going to follow, and you can go back to that anytime you want. This is a sustainable, repeatable process that's going to keep you healthy and keep the weight off. It doesn't mean you're going to lose 10 kilo and then put it all back on because it was a short-term view. And that's the other thing I wanted to say about vision before I go. This is a long game, right? This isn't a quick fix, do it yourself, get on board, and then in a week's time or 2 weeks' time or 4 weeks' time, you have to get off and do it alone, right? There's lots of options for maintenance. There's lots of options for support all the way through. I'm hand-holding you, as well as live coaching, right? But the most important thing is changing your view from this short-term diet situation where it's a 4-week diet or a 6-week diet to a transformation, right? So we're changing lifestyle habits. We're changing your thoughts. We're changing the things that are going to get you that keep you sane and happy for the next 5, 10, 20 years. This is a process. This is not a diet, right? I'm so anti-diet. I want you to rebel. I certainly want to rebel against any of that crap, right? But I want you to just know this is a long game, not a short-term fix. So if you have a diet vision, and that's how most of our whole world has been taught, I don't know many coaches that coach long game, right? Or transformational changes in the way that it's simple and easy and no diet, right? Just eating because it feels good, eating what you want to eat, and enjoy food, no longer judging food or yourself, right? There's a couple that I know of that are really good in this space that I follow because I adore this space, this women being awesome without all the bullshit, right? So we don't want any of that. So let's talk if you want to work with me longer. I hope you enjoyed today. I hope you enjoyed the whole week. Go back and have a look and see what you can grab out of that. What I notice is even when I'm saying stuff, if I write down the bits that I really loved, they're the bits that stick in my brain, right? So go through the videos, have a pen and paper ready, write down the points that you think really resonate with you, because that's the stuff your soul is saying hell yes to, right? It doesn't matter if I annoy you, but I might have said something really brilliant that your soul went, hell yes, that is what I want, right? And it'll remind you of what direction you're going. It'll remind you of your values. It'll remind you of your strengths, right? That's what you want. You want confidence, you want harmony, you want ease, you want to live with ease, and you want common sense. You know, like that's what it's really about. So focus on what matters. If you don't know what to focus on, message me and we'll have a chat on Messenger. All right, guys. And today's Q&A day. Open inbox. Message me any questions you have. All right. I will talk to you soon. Bye.